We have to go back, I think, in your childhood, something that has maybe been instrumental in your heart for fathers actually relates to your own childhood and your own father.
Right. I went to bed, Bob, on April 2nd, the happiest young guy in the world. I was 11 years old. I had an older brother, Joe, 15. I had a younger brother, Johnny, who was 7. And mom and dad that loved us and gave us comfort and love. And at 3:30 in the morning on April 3rd, he got up and he said, "I'm not feeling well." Walked to the bathroom and collapsed on his back. And we all went running. And Mom told Joe to go get the doctor. He lived 4 doors down. Back then, you didn't have 911. And then she told me, take a washcloth, cold washcloth, put it on his forehead. And he died that night and changed our whole life. My mom met with us week after the funeral and said, we don't have any money, we can't stay in our house that we're renting. So she said, Mike, you're going to go with the Harbaugh family. That's the Harbaughs, and now we're doing well in the NFL. That's grandkids of the place I was living in. And Joe and Johnny went to our grandma, and my mom went to our aunt. But she got us back in 6 months, so I know the loss of the father, and it's a big loss. It's a small hole in your heart where every child, whether they're a boy or a girl, needs affirmation, a father to bless them. And if you can't have your father, you got to find a substitute father. A substitute is better than no father.
And so as you look at providing these, as we might say, substitute fathers for those that are in a fatherless situation, how does Team Focus address that?
Well, we talk to them constantly about you need affirmation. Now, affirmation is blessing. A blessing. Words either bless or bleed. A lot of people will say things over young people that doesn't need to be said. But a blessing of love, identity, and worth is what every young person needs. And they need encouragement, always to be patted on the back. And what I saw, Bob, after my father died, men stepped up in my community, and they would hit me on the back and say, you're going to be all right. And so I just so thankful for those men in Crestline, Ohio, that helped raise me up. And then when I went to Moorhead, to college in Moorhead, Kentucky, I had Dr. Smith, a dentist, Dr. Bentley, who was our football coach. They helped do the same thing, affirm me.
So what sort of programs now, you mentioned you're based in Mobile, you have a satellite office in Montgomery, you have all sorts of different programs. What are some of the programs that you operate?
Year-round program. We have a camp in the summertime where we teach manners, how to get a job, how to be a good teammate at home, and just all the things a father would teach, how to fish, how to do some other things, how to groom yourself. And then in the wintertime, we'll take them to football games in the fall, basketball games. The chapter director will go to their events at school. They'll be in contact with their mom, checking their grade cards. Christmas party. In the wintertime, we have mini camps like the pro football teams do, and where we get together for a day or two and go over the same things we're trying to talk to them about being a better young man.
How does the faith component operate?
Faith is big. Without Jesus and without the principles, we couldn't do anything. So that's very important to us. And we're founded on the Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. When I grabbed a hold of that, And it helped me. And the young men, no matter what happens to you, if your father's in prison or your father died or your father walked out and doesn't have anything to do with you, God still has a plan for you.